Alright, we are now live, and I haven't gone live in a while, so let's see how this goes. I am on my phone right now. I might join in the computer later, which I'm going to be talking about the computer in this video because my Mac decided to literally turn against me and start slowing down. Yes. So I have a 2015 MacBook Air, and you're like, well, duh, it's 8 years old, it's gonna start doing that. Yeah. Well, you could say that, but guess what? I installed Windows, and it worked just fine. Yes, this is not me debating if I should like macOS or Windows or all that anymore. It's like I need the performance that macOS is not giving me on that thing. It's stuck on Monterey, but then it's not giving me fast performance anymore. Like, what I'm saying is I could have Google Chrome open, it's fine, just like a tab, trying to scroll through something. It's still kind of slow. But then, like, if I wanted to do a music stream and have, like, Google Chrome and GarageBand and OBS and Reaper, like, a bunch of stuff open, it can't handle all that. And so I literally was like, I'm done with this slow thing. It literally started slowing down on me so much. And I'm not going to reinstall macOS because what will happen is it will be fast for, like, a few days and then go back to normal, or how it was on that old thing, because it doesn't know how to optimize it or adapt or whatever, like Windows. Because then when I installed Windows, it started acting like my friend Victor's computer, because he has 16 gigs of RAM, and I've heard how fast it is. And it was just going all fast, and then that means truly the hardware is capable, and the Mac OS just, yeah. So let's see if anyone's watching. If anyone wants to join, you can click the link in the description. Join this with your web browser. Right? No, dude. The thing is, I need a computer that will actually perform well. And I know how to use Mac OS and Windows. Actually, Windows is easier than Mac OS if we're beginning off, because Mac OS it's like Control Option Shift down arrow, and like you're not everybody knows when to do the group thing and go out and in, and it's kind of, yeah, it can be annoying. So I guess Windows is a little better in that case. They need to fix latency, and then I would just be like, okay, whatever. But I can just do music. If I want to do music, I can just do it off the phone with GarageBand. It works that way too. The iPhone mics are the best. So the fact that some people have spring break this early, not even spring. How can, okay, my friend Victor has spring break, so if any of you other people in other states have spring break or had it this week, it's not even spring yet. Most people either do it next week, which is technically when I have it, or the week after next week. So it's kind of early in the morning. So not expected that people will be watching.
Micah,
What?
in the morning, did you gather
But yeah, honestly though, like, dude, the fact that macOS, this is the problem I have with macOS, and since it's not open source, Apple doesn't need to make it know how to optimize. So what they do is when a new MacBook comes out, they'll force optimize it with the stuff. And people say Apple's really good at optimizing their stuff, which they actually are good at optimizing it, but they're not good at keeping it optimized. Well, it depends. Because in the iPhones, the iPhone 6S and then my iPod that he had could run iOS 15 just fine. And then it got dropped, but it still was able to run just fine. Or like this phone, for example, it's not slowing down after a few years. I haven't had it for a few years, but I know when it came out, but it's not slow. Like iPhone 11 and iPhone SEs aren't slow. Second and third gen. Well, second gen. So third gen actually literally would, because third gen definitely shouldn't be slow. It just came out a year ago. But like, no, iPhones are good. It's just the Macs. Like eventually, like they're computers, so I feel like something's different about them. And like eventually, when the M1 MacBook Air gets like dropped from support in like 8 years, 9 years, I don't know how long now, it will start to slow down too. And then like it just doesn't know how to keep its performance over years. Unlike within Windows is just perfect where like it fixes all my slowing down issues. And that's what I like because I'll have a good performance computer with Windows. Mac OS just doesn't know how to adjust. Like, oh my gosh, I was on FaceTime with my friend Victor yesterday, and yeah, the Mac was literally going crazy. What do you guys think of putting Windows on a Mac? You can natively do it on Intel. Mac OS is definitely like it's a fast OS because I've used it on the M1 MacBook Air for school. It's definitely fast and stuff. Oh, I don't like the people over here though. Let's talk about something else though. I don't like the people every year at schools and sighted people that want the newest iPhone every year. 'Cause you don't need it. Like, oh my gosh, dude, if you had the iPhone 13, standard iPhone 13, you upgrade to the standard 14, you basically just wasted your money in a way. They're the same phone. And, like, the thing is like, Apple supports the oldest supported device on iOS 16 is from 2017. So I know some kids that have iPhone 8s still. Oldest supported device. The iPhone SE though, the second and third gen, which I have the second gen, it looks like an iPhone 8, feels like an iPhone 8, so I felt an iPhone 8. It literally has the same design as the iPhone 8, but then the upgraded chipset. So this thing gets like voice isolation and all that stuff. This thing actually has the stereo microphones, and what's cool is like it sounds just like the ones on the iPhone 14 because the Apple doesn't upgrade the mics because they're already good enough. and this thing gets iOS 16. Probably to the end of me being in high school. That's what I hate. Is like people are like, "Oh, I need the new iPhone." Oh, it's like you don't really. You'll get support for a long time. There's some people that still have the iPhone 10Rs. Perfectly fine. Yeah, I like the SE second gen and third gen. Third gen being the newest, so the equivalent to an iPhone 14 or 13. And this thing looks like an iPhone 8. So I tried to get someone to guess it. Either say that I have an iPhone 6, because iPhone 8 shared the same design. Because the 6 started at 4.7 inch, and then was like that for 4 years with the 6, 6S, 7, and 8. Or someone will actually know that I think I have an 8, and it's like, nope, I have the SE. And the SE is just the second gen has the iPhone 11 processor, so this is like an iPhone 11 equivalent. And then the other one is the iPhone 13 equivalent. And now we have one person watching. I'm currently talking about, actually, I was talking about how my MacBook started slowing down on me. And if anyone wants to join, click the link in the description and open it in your web browser. Hit continue with YouTube. Then select your Google account, basically, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you just have a Google account. And then hit continue. What that will do is, so if some random person tries to join, they can't try to join as one of my friends, because if they put their name as one of my friends, and then they're not really that person, it's a troll, I can actually look at their account name. No details. StreamYard wouldn't do that. And it's safety. And then you can also continue with Facebook. So it's just so I know who it really is. So if someone actually tried trolling, they can't. Yeah, I was just talking about how my MacBook started slowing down. It literally was. Oh, is it still glitching? Yeah, I can talk about the whole computer situation. Whoa, 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 whoa! I can actually see either I'm seeing the light outside the window because of daylight savings and it's brighter out, or something, or my phone is really bright. I don't know. Yeah, but if anyone wants to join, it's kind of boring here. Just me talking. Oh, okay, let's fix the glitching. There we go. What about now? I think it should be fine. Does anybody else remember back before I was 14, or actually before I was 15, whenever you joined a StreamYard and you joined someone else's stream and there's a bunch of stuff going on, it would actually sound like everybody's glitching when they're not. And then if it was your stream, it sounded fine. And then and I was 15, it was no, yeah. I think I fixed it though. So we have 2 people watching, but yeah, I need some more people to join. We can all talk, and I can hopefully tell these people watching now about the whole computer situation I had over here with my Mac. Yeah, it was quite hilarious. How, yeah, it was quite, the situation was really hilarious. Oh, the microphone glitching? Yes, it did. I think it just sometimes it happens. That was just a little. The whole mic glitching thing might happen like once in a while, but it's not. It shouldn't happen if you turn off echo cancellation, and then yeah. At least everybody else isn't glitching. Like, yeah, at least we're not on iOS 14 anymore. When it actually literally, if you joined my stream, it was just me talking. Maybe it'd sound fine, and then if it was like crazy, like if I was screen sharing or being louder, it would sound like it make it sound like I'm glitching on your end, and I wasn't. This was back when I was 14 and previous, and it was just the weirdest thing ever. It was StreamYard on the iPhone and iPad. Then for a while, my iPod actually could not use the microphone or camera in Safari, even though it was allowed, until iOS 14.5 somehow like fixed something, and I was like, dude, I guarantee you, if I actually factory reset my iPod and then it would reinstall iOS, it would work. It was kind of weird. Okay, so obviously this was expected. Everybody knows this would happen because it's a 2015 MacBook Air, and obviously it's like over time it will start to slow down. So yesterday it's been being ridiculously slow, and we'll get to the funny part in a second. But it's been ridiculously slow because what I want to do is do like music streams 'cause I can do it. I know how to do it properly without um doing what someone in the blank community used to do in 2020. Anyways, where I can, if you have virtual audio cable or whatever, and then you use GarageBand and all that. So I basically have GarageBand open, OBS open, and then something else open for people to talk. So I opened a bunch of stuff to see how it would handle it, and it was so slow. And then when I closed, like it was being ridiculously, like stupidly slow, and yeah, it was so like it's been doing it for the past weeks, and like okay, something's happening. So then I boot camped the Windows, and guess what? I removed Mac OS, get Windows Windows is on. I set everything up, start using Windows, download all my stuff. Windows is running perfectly fine. It's running like it has 16 gigs of RAM and no glitches at all. While the computer was literally acting like it was slow on Mac OS, but then Windows like was perfect and letting me do whatever, and I could literally do what I needed to do, and it was perfectly fine on Windows, and I was just like, wow. So the computer's fine. It's like Mac OS just was like couldn't handle. I don't know what it's. Windows is Windows could actually I don't know. It's really weird because Windows can optimize itself, but Mac OS is like force optimized for every device, just like iOS. So it's kind of hilarious that Windows worked just fine. Kind of hilarious. Windows worked perfect. Yeah, Windows was just like it was. It was running like perfectly. It didn't even act like anything was wrong. And I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Mac OS was acting all slow, and I've done that before. But then eventually, so basically, what will happen is I've reinstalled Mac OS, and then what will happen is it will be fine for like a few days because I actually did it a few weeks ago. And then after like, maybe a week, it will go it will basically just go back to how it was, and it will slow down again. or it will just kind of be slow. But I don't know. I've done it before, and that doesn't really help that much. Like it kind of does, and then after a week or so, it's just like okay, and then goes back. Well, but then the upside of me getting Windows is the Blue Voice, or Logitech G Hub is actually accessible. Cause on the Mac, it's like really weird the voiceover. Cause then I can use it with my Yeti just fine on Windows. Cause then if I want to use the Blue Voice effects or whatever, I can hit enable or disable on the Mac. It didn't want to let me do that for some reason. Yeah, some things are more accessible. Like literally, the computer was when I was using it and stuff. It was literally running like my friend running like Victor's computer and running just yeah. It was actually pretty good. Yeah, eventually, I am hoping to maybe get. I want to get one of the like either M1 or M2 or something like a new one of the newer MacBooks, and then keep this one as like a Windows machine. The MacBook, the 2015 MacBook Air actually makes great Windows computer. Literally. Then I'd literally be able to like. The problem is with Windows, the only problem I have is latency. I hate latency because then when you try to do music with it, and then you try to sing along with something, it's off, and yeah, trying to do a music stream on Windows probably won't go well unless you know how to deal with latency. But I don't want to. I like it being synced perfectly, and macOS does that, but Windows, like, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna stay on Windows. It gives me better performance, and then all I can if I do like songs or do something with music, the iPhone has good enough microphones and stuff. I can just use the phone for music. Okay, let me send this. Oh yeah, quick update. StreamYard has this new feature where I can actually enable it so other guests could live stream this stream to their their destinations. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, you have to be paid for a lot of the new features. I'm just throwing it out there that you can do it, I guess, if you're paid or if you create a new accounts and then you get all the features for like a week. And then, yeah. I need more people to join. Send me the link to some Skype groups. Okay, let's look here. And then again, though, if people really wanted to live stream like that and like join a stream and then live stream the stream to your own channel, I guess you could just use OBS. There you go. Tomorrow I'm leaving to go to Michigan, and yeah, I'll be riding in the car for like a while. Girl. I still wish Apple would not do that whole thing where whenever you're in the call it has to make the whole device mono. Cause yeah, that's why like Team Talk and Clubhouse they made it look like the app was actually recording when it's not, and then yeah, and that's how Team Talk and them were able to bypass it. Cause they said there was a recording app, and they didn't actually say that on the App Store, but no, they like added the recording function and then the audio stream of the other people talking, and then yeah, yeah, that's how it would work. Cause on Android you can literally use desktop mode with Google Chrome, turn off echo cancellation, turn on stereo audio. I don't think stereo audio works in the web browser though. I do like though how Streamyard or whenever I'm on calls it like takes away the echo in my room a little bit. Or like yeah, on Streamyard you can, I guess you can still hear the echo if you're like this, but like this, like it kind of, I don't know, it kind of takes away some of the echo. Wait, let me try something. Okay, can I? Yeah, I want to see how it sounds. Okay, can I? Yeah, I want to see how it sounds. But yeah, this is how it sounds, and like this is playing off my Google Home. Then if I move away like this, and then over here, and this is playing like my Google Home. Then if I move away, and then over here. Then this is what it sounds like when I'm scrolling with voiceover and I'm trying to talk at the same time. And this is happening. And yeah. And yeah. There you go. Yeah, it actually does isolate me though. StreamYard literally does it. So if you have like an iPad and you get close to it, like, well, if you have an iPad and you're like, it will do the same thing if you're closer to it, and then if you're kind of like this and it's kind of like in front of you on a keyboard, and then you'll sound kind of like this. But if you actually were close to the mic on an iPad, it will sound like this. But yeah, you have to pay for that new feature. I didn't actually check yet. And then Brianna said you did, and then I checked. Yeah, you have to pay for it. Yeah, more people should join. Doesn't even tell you if the camera's on or not. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end the stream here. Hope you guys enjoyed and see you in another one.